need a lot of ice. But what happens is we roll into the holidays and guess what? You never have enough ice. So I'm very blessed to have a bunch of my family in for my sister's birthday, and they were all at my house today. What's the one thing I needed somebody to run to the store and get for me? Yep, we ran out of ice. I needed a bag of ice. So this is true. You know, you're going to have, you might not be traveling for the holidays, but probably you're gonna have more than ever family and friends coming to your home because you wanna do it safely. And we have a great ice machine to do that. This thing's powerful, it looks fantastic, and it makes a heck of a lot of ice. Now, I've got 4 colors available, and we'll go over those in just a second, but what I really like about this is the fact that you just never really run out of ice. And here's something else that's interesting I discovered today. We have a very small place, and I bought a European size refrigerator. And boy, we run out of ice in that refrigerator all the time. It just doesn't make it very fast. I don't know why it's so slow, but if we overuse it like today, like with a lot of people who are there, I just run out of ice and we have to wait for like almost 24 hours to actually get any kind of amount. Now, you just keep making that ice and this thing keeps going and going, making you a ton of ice, and it does it very, very quickly. All right, here are the 4 colors. We have our copper, which I think is gorgeous. So here's the copper color. We have 300 left there. We have the stainless steel. Obviously, it looks great with all your stainless steel appliances. That's the most popular. Then beside this one's gorgeous. This is gonna be the black. Isn't that really pretty? And then finally, over on the other end is going to be, of course, the red. And wait, we do have a turquoise. Guys, we have a really cool turquoise, and I think Rebecca might have the turquoise in her house, so let's check in with her. Hello, Rebecca.
I wish I had the turquoise. I've seen the turquoise, and that was brand new. So now I'm going to have to get a turquoise one.
Exactly.
I love that color. I think it's my new favorite one. Oh, it's making ice right now. I'm going to see if you can hear it. Can you hear that by any chance?
Yep.
It's churning out ice, and guess what? You're going to hear that sound, Suzanne. Every 7 minutes, you're going to get a full tray of ice coming out. And the best thing is you don't need a drain. You don't need a water line. All you have to do is plug it in, and then you're gonna add the water. I'm gonna take it out. I've got a full tray here. Look at that. You add the water right here, Suzanne, and it's gonna hold about a gallon, which means you go and enjoy your get together, enjoy your day. You don't have to babysit it. And then you turn it on. That's all you have to do. It's simple. And then you can also choose, this is my favorite thing, between the large ice cubes or the smaller ice cubes that we have here. The large are gonna be great for your mixed drinks because they melt slower. And then the small is gonna be great for all of your blended drinks because they grind to a creamy consistency. But either way, no matter what you choose, they're gonna have this little indentation. That's there because of the way that it's made, Suzanne. It actually is flash frozen on these stainless steel prongs. That's why this will be the best tasting ice you've ever had, because you're not tasting anything in your freezer. It's not picking up any of the leftovers, but also it gives you more surface of the ice. So your drink will cool down faster, but because it's still that bullet ice cube, it's also going to melt slower. So we thought of everything. This is the best version we've ever had, Suzanne.
Well, here's something else that's awesome is it just gives you enough ice for whatever's happening. And again, we had this on the air back in August with Rebecca. We sold over every last one we had. And we brought it back in. This is the quantity we have for the holidays. Because again, when you think about it, you're like, whoa, who needs ice in the wintertime? Well, I don't know if you're like me. I love ice drinks. I don't care what time of year. I like my sodas to be on ice. I love water with ice. It just tastes better to me. This is so great to have. So if you don't have an ice machine or an ice maker in your fridge, if you're using trays, if you're buying a ton of ice, having to buy bags of it, just invest in this one time, and for years, it's cranking out a whole lot of ice. Now here's what we've done tonight. We have 4 flex pays on this. So you can spread your payments out over 4 months. So it's about $37 tonight, and you pay it off in that 4 month. Now remember, you also have until the end of January to use this. If you don't one time go, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I have this extra ice maker, then I want you to send it back and we'll refund your money. But chances are, just like today, Rebecca, I had the whole gang over. We have a very small fridge.
Yeah.
Our ice machine is so darn slow. Like it makes like 2 cubes every 24 hours. And even my husband's like, Suze, don't use too much ice because we're gonna run out of it. And today we literally ran out of ice in the fridge and had to send somebody to get me a bag of ice. We exactly had the reason why somebody needs this.
That's exactly why Improvements made this, because that is a universal problem. We've all run out of ice, and it is a huge problem to have, especially when it happens during the get-togethers, which it always does. And if you're relying on your refrigerator, on average, Suzanne, you're right. That thing churns out a tray of ice every 3.5 hours. So that would have taken you, like you said, 6 to 24 hours to get a full tray for drinks. If you're still relying on these, maybe you have an RV or a condo, maybe even in a dorm, this is going to take you 6 hours for 16 ice cubes. Think about that, 6 hours, 3.5 for your refrigerator ice maker, or every 7 minutes. This is an ice maker. It's gonna churn out ice every 7 minutes to a grand total of 26 pounds in 24 hours. Can you get, I mean, think about that. If you started making ice, if you have a get together, you could start making ice, put it in your freezer, and you are set. Your barbecues, your holiday get-togethers. You know what, Suzanne, my favorite story now, I used this during the hurricane, was a huge saver because you don't need a drain, you don't need a water line, you just simply plug it in, and I had an adapter in my car. So I could make ice during the hurricane when I had no electricity for 4 days.
No
but
way.
Guess what? We went and stayed in a yurt. I had ice in a yurt, Suzanne.
Yeah, that's impressive. Ice in a yurt. Yeah, where are you gonna get some ice if you're staying in a yurt, you know? The little yurt supermarket down the street? You're not. All right, guys, 4 flex pays. You have until the end of January to send it back if you don't love it. And it's gonna happen. You're gonna have the gang together. Maybe family members are coming over. You're having this wonderful evening and somebody goes, oh no, we've run out of ice. And you're just like, oh, it sort of ruins the fun and the mojo, right? Because someone's gotta get in the car and run and get ice. And if you're in my household, nobody wants to be in a car after we've all been partying, so that's not a good idea. We have to live without it. I love this too, you guys, if you do have an RV, if you have a really small space, maybe you have a guest room or you have an extra room, can you imagine giving them your own ice machine? Maybe you have a little fridge, one of those little like dorm fridges almost, maybe in a spare room, and now add the ice machine to it. Your company will be so happy. And then think of all the fabulous drinks, even during the holidays, that we love to share. I have friends of mine, we have almost a drink competition of who can make the most creative drinks. All of them by far need ice. None of us make hot drinks, really. And I think, again, it's just so great to have this. We've got it back in stock. Oh, we're gonna show you the turquoise. My fabulous producer, Allison, is actually gonna show us the turquoise on hsn.com because that's a brand new color and it's beautiful. Maybe you're lucky enough to have a little sidebar area and you'd love to have your own ice machine. I have a girlfriend of mine, her fridge, she has a very old house and a very specific refrigerator, doesn't make ice at all. And so she has this machine on her counter just to get ice. Allison, can you show us the turquoise if you don't mind? Okay, so we're gonna show, there's the turk. So there's the other color we don't have on the set. It's available and that's one of our brand new colors. Oh, and there's only 300, dag, that's not a lot at all. And remember too, when you get this, what we brought in is the quantity we have for the holidays. You know, we don't have another 6 months to bring in holiday goodies. It's all gotta be here. Something else, Rebecca, that's really funny. The crew says this makes so much ice because it automatically stops when it's full, right? They said it makes so much ice, they can't even start making the ice until we get almost to the airing.
I love that.
Isn't that great?
Hearing it. It's true. You just plug it in and it starts it. So if you love iced coffee in the morning, you literally put the water in. Remember, all you have to do is put it in that front reservoir. It's going to hold about a gallon of water and you press on. 7 minutes later, you will have the best tasting iced coffee you've ever had because all you're tasting is the coffee, not what you had for dinner last night. And this is from Improvements. As I told you, we improve upon problems we all had, but we also like to improve upon our own products. So this is my favorite, the lightest one we've had at about 18 pounds. So this baby is portable. Take it with you when you go on those camping trips, RVing trips, fishing trips, hunting trips. Take it to your moms, your grandmothers for all of their get-togethers too. Take that stress of ice off their shoulders or just make it for yourself daily. You can see how pretty it is. Perfect size, very compact. But this is something else we've done. We used to have cubes. We made it bullet. Why did we do that? For our reusable water jugs, our containers. Do you remember jamming those in there?
Yes, yes. That is
You don't
brilliant.
have to do that. These slip right in there.
That's absolutely brilliant. And you know what? I live here in Florida. I play a ton. I attempt to play a lot of tennis, right? And the problem we have is every single day I fill up my container and then I'm trying to shove the ice, or well, the very little ice I get out of my fridge into that container. So again, how smart is this? It also makes a great gift for somebody. Do you have anybody getting married? A lot of people have delayed their weddings and now they're doing them all here in October and November because they had to delay them. This is an awesome wedding gift. Whoever gets it goes, oh my gosh, this is perfect. And I've had our Improvements ice makers in the past, and I do love them. They're wonderful because again, it's so easy. It's not an arduous job getting a lot of great ice made. But Rebecca, to your point, mine were the cubes. I had the older model.
Yes, exactly. Now we've got these great bullet shape, which is great for your reusable water containers. But also remember, we did that because you're going to have extra surface of the ice. But another really great benefit of having that little indentation there is it makes creamy ice. And everybody laughs when I say that, but it really does. It whips the air inside of your drink. So if you love your protein smoothies, your shakes, your pina coladas, your daiquiris, look at here. I want to show you how creamy it is. All I have is my favorite frozen fruit, some ice, and then I'm going to add some juice here. That's it. You see no dairy whatsoever. You could add your favorite protein powder, whatever you need. In the morning, press on. 7 minutes later, you'll have a full tray of ice. And then, now watch as I pour this, how creamy it looks. You are going to love this. It is the best pina colada daiquiri maker in the world with this ice. Do you see that? Doesn't that look delicious? So you know what, Suzanne, with you and your little competitions for the best drink, this is going to help you out here. This will be your little secret weapon.
That is. And then if I want to bring the best ice, I'll just bring it with me because it's completely portable.
Right.
All you have to do is literally plug it in, guys, and pour your water in and just let it do its thing. I do want to show the top one more time. This is really great. Even when it runs out of water, it lights up to tell you it needs more water. Then when the ice lights up and it's full, you take it out, you take a bag, and then you put the ice in a bag and stick that in your freezer. So it's almost like you're making your own bags of ice at home. Then let it keep going. So if you have an event coming up, a party coming up, a birthday event coming up, maybe you have people coming over from the family and you're gonna have dinner at home, you can pre-make all that ice and just stick it in, like, you know, plastic bags in your freezer, but you will be alerted to that. And then of course, as she showed you already, you've got power and you have the small cubes or you have the large cubes. It is a very simple system to use. And you know what? The ice is delicious in this. Like, I'm kind of an ice snob, Rebecca, and I think it makes great ice.
I actually hated drinking water because I would need ice in it. I like my water really, really cold, but I always would taste something funky. It tasted like onion or garlic. That's because it's transferring all of whatever you have in your refrigerator into your ice cubes. This is one self-contained unit and something that is very important to bring up. Not only is it the best tasting ice, the prettiest ice you've ever had, there's no maintenance. That's what I love. Remember, no drain, no water line, but when you're done, no cleanup. All you have to do is right in the front left-hand corner, there's a little plug. You put it over the sink, you can put it over the ground, and you just let the water run out. No filters to worry about. In fact, one of my friends told me that she is saving money because she changes the filter in her refrigerator less.
Oh, there you go. Well, and again, in the old model that I used to have, it did not have that drain plug. So that's nice, a nice new feature. All right, thanks, Rebecca.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Have a
We're
good
gonna
night.
wrap that up. Guys, coming up next, I have something totally brand new. It's from our very famous